So my first impression of Singapore began when we got to the airport and travelling through the train station. I began to really notice how different it was to Australia and also to what I was expecting. I expected Singapore to be a lot more cramped and a lot more chaotic, kind of like Melbourne. However, I began to notice that everything was a lot more spread out, and I was also really surprised at how well nature had been incorporated into everyday lifestyle and architecture around the place. Like, for example, pretty much every apartment building would have at a minimum potted plants, whereas others would use every inch available to them. So some great examples of this were the super trees, the cloud forest and the flower dome. So they're all man-made structures, but they do incorporate that sense of a natural environment to the best of their abilities. So in Melbourne, there was very little effort put into keeping that sense of nature around the place. You look around and there's just glass and concrete everywhere, whereas here it's a lot more of a effort made for that natural environment. So in regards to outdoor ed specifically, I was expecting to find a place that had little to no regard for outdoor ed and didn't hold it in as something of importance or have an impact in schools. I was surprised to find when we spoke to the MOE staff that outdoor ed has been put in as part of the PE curriculum now, and they're really pushing to get that impact of outdoor ed in the schools and in every person's lifestyle as much as possible. Overall, I found that my first impression of Singapore has been a really positive one so far, and I can't wait to see what the next couple of weeks bring.